Okay, so this is a game I have heard of. I have seen played to some extent. And the playthrough that I am going to post here is absolutely bare. It is raw, it is without information. You could definitely tell where I panic and where I don't panic. Let's talk about Security Breach from Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, as a little asterisk disclaimer, I do not love scary games. Nothing about them appeals to me. There is no real reward system for staying alive. You don't get better tools on the average to make it easier for you. You just die slower. I guess there's no real good way to look at it. I also don't have a lot of the information, as I'll put it, to make good judgment on this outside of it's a spooky game from a franchise that's known for spooky games. Now, I know there is lore implications in this game as the series was made up until this point exclusively by Scott Cawthon. And then this is the first game made by Steel Wool Studios using his lore, assets, etc. And I mean, it's a massive game. But I don't have the what dead kids ended up in what animatronics, how does that affect the current yada yada. I don't have any of that. I just wanted to try something slightly different. The game looked cool. So I was like, sure. I don't like spooky games, but I like the retro 80s vibe, so let's go play it. Oh man. This is the kind of game that makes me want to go back to smoking cigarettes. It has some input issues. Not so much from just like button inputs, but click sensitivity inputs. I've had issues where I was not in the flashlight for a security bot and I still got a security bot called on me. Teleporting animatronics because they need to have something spooky everywhere at all times. It's a beautiful mess. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, if I left Chica in the front hall, she should be in the front hall. I'm not going to, no. They wander around, they get around. When I dupe Chica in one area, sprint my ass away, and then she's suddenly in front of me again, that's a bit more annoying. Monty Gator only showing up at like 2 or 3 places and then living exclusively in his mini golf course. Sure, I guess, but why isn't it the same for everybody else? Why is Roxy walking around most of the Pizzaplex being a fucking pain in my ass when she should be living in a raceway, kind of like Monty lived in his Gator Golf? Like, I don't know how to put it into words, but some of those things are more annoying than they should be and make no sense as the continuity of how they planned that out. All in all, not knowing what the fuck the lore is at this point in the Five Nights at Freddy's series, because I don't do that, it was actually a pretty okay game. I got, I believe, what is thought to be the easy ending. I didn't really interact with any of the game boxes. I didn't collect all the collectibles, since you can see what the Steam trophies are. I guess I could technically go down into the Pizzaplex's basement, but that seems like a pretty solid fuck no for me. I have no additional reason or want to go back into this Pizzaplex. I am okay with the ending I got. If it becomes a whole thing in the future where people want to see the additional ending, I guess. I'm not really into that whole spooky shit. Not my jazz. The collectible system seemed a bit weird. There was no real purpose. I guess every once in a while you got like a flashlight upgrade or a sprinting upgrade so that you could sprint slightly longer from your problems. Didn't really seem to help much in Music Man's DJ corner. That shit sucked ass. Yeah. The puzzles weren't hard. I think the hardest puzzle for me in the entire game was the daycare. Finding that last generator every time. Took me like 12 tries to get out of there. I'm embarrassed because this is, I don't say Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is 100% a kid's game, but it is definitely more inclined for a younger crowd. Like, whoever's following the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff at this era, I don't know who their intended crowd is. The first game came out, 2015? And it was like a haha jump scare game. It looked like a Flash game you could have got off of Newgrounds, but it gained traction, gained popularity, and there's like 8 of them now, including this, and the newest one that just came out that I'm probably never going to touch. It is what it is. Aside from the teleporting animatronics and some of the things catching me where I don't think they should exist, I gotta say the game's actually pretty okay. Confusing thing, maybe someone can answer this in the comments. Maybe there's lore implications. Why the fuck does the daycare manager get to leave the daycare once per hour at the top of every hour to haunt you? Is there a lore implication that I'm missing? Am I missing some sort of detail? Once per hour, the daycare manager, who's supposed to keep all the kids wrangled up in the daycare, just gets to sneak out and be like, yep, I'm gonna haunt you now. I don't get that one. That one confuses me. I guess all the animatronics aren't really trying to kill you or spook you. They're just trying to take you into Vanessa's security office. I really didn't listen to like most of the lore. Like, the lore that I got from this is kid in Pizzaplex needs to leave. Kid doesn't trust security guard. Wants to leave. I guess this game was more made for the lore seekers, the lore inclined. I didn't really gain much from it other than heart palpitations and soggy pants. This game kept me on edge for the entire time I played it. I do not like spooky shit like that. But it can't be helped. I gotta diversify my portfolio every now and then instead of just playing the games that I like. Keeping a broad horizon keeps the mind humble, so I wanted to stretch out and do new things. Personally, if you're just looking to play a retro themed game that's a little spooky, where you got to kind of keep the map in your head, honestly, solid 8 out of 10. It's not like a super long game. It's not like trying to play frickin' Amnesia where you have to survive by the skin of your ass cheeks at all times. It's just kind of a ha-ha funny scary game. The jump scares will still get you if you're not ready for that. I didn't really run into any major issues aside from my own stupidity. I had one major bug after we stole Roxy's eyes and she continued to be not dead, where I jumped through a hiding space out into a wall and promptly exited the living space of the Pizzaplex and entered the extra dimension of the Pizzaplex. I tried my hardest to not close the game and have to restart, but it is what it is, I guess. Would not play again, personally. It's not the game. The game is bitchin'. The loading screen times are pretty short between areas, but no. I do not like games like that. Hopefully I'll have more stuff cooked up here soon. I am currently busy with Grounded 2 as it just came out a few days ago. Still in the early access stages, but it's a lot of fun to see a series I love getting touched up and getting a new game. So hopefully I can get some other stuff out while I'm doing that. I will see you all on the next one.